Well, people love that kind of story. You know,
Yeah.
the David and Goliath exposure of corruption, you know, kind of thing, and why do you think movies like that resonate with people?
I think a lot of Aaron Brockovich too when I think of this movie,
Yeah.
or The Post or Spotlight. Which, for example, let's talk about. I mean, Spotlight had very heavy content, but they did it in a way where I felt like it wasn't gratuitous. I mean, good gracious, talk about a hard story to tell. But I mean, they did it in such a tasteful way, I felt like. And Hidden Figures, especially, is another one that we do compare our project to a lot. I feel like it's one of those underdog stories, and people relate to that because I think we all aspire to do the things that these characters do. We aspire to be that brave and courageous. And I think that when you tell a story in a way that we don't have to be distracted by the things that make us really uncomfortable to watch on screen, like the gratuitous sex, that we're really able to focus on the heart of the story, which is to be courageous and bold and do the right thing in life.
But one of the things that you need is the funding and going outside of the box for some of that funding. Tell us how you're funding this film and why you chose that route and how people can help get behind it.
Yeah, I love that you recognize that you think it could be Academy Award winning. I mean, we do too, but the script actually placed in the top 10% for the Academy's Nickel Fellowship. So it has a claim behind it. And I was shocked that no one had found it before me and just, scooped it up. So it's a really great script. And I can also say that because I didn't write it. I just found it and was like, wow, this is incredible. But it was still hard. I think the challenge for me, the greatest challenge for me, has been that I'm a first-time producer. And so studios don't want to take huge risk, and anything that they see as a liability, there's that factor, right? And as a first-time producer, unless you have someone really seasoned behind you, they're not usually willing to put up the money. And for us, I was able to get someone to give me an LOI to say, hey, if you construct the right team with the right cast, then we'll buy it, which is nice. It's nice to have to go and take to investors. And so that's what I did. I went to private investors and I said, here's what I have. And when that didn't bring enough money for me, because again, those investors have the same concerns, I still had some come in. I was like, okay, well, who is really interested in this story? The public. So let's try a crowdfund. Let's do regulation crowdfunding and give people opportunity to own what we think is going to be a classic. And when we put it out there, within 1 month, we raised over $450,000, I think it was, in a 30-day time span.
Yeah.
And then we did that first round and we closed it and we were like, okay, well, that's still not enough money to make the movie we want to make.
Right.
So, what are we going to do? How are we going to use this money to keep, the momentum going? And we've added new team members, which has increased investment. People like Mark Fincannon, who's an Emmy Award-winning casting director, has joined the team to be able to take it out to the talent we want to get. And then there was a strike, by the way, let's talk about that. Talk about another challenge.
Right.
Like a writer's strike happens. And so then studios don't want to talk to you. And then the actor's strike happens and we can't get anybody to read the script. So finally that has ended. And we've been at a point where we're like, okay, well, since we couldn't do anything with actors, we opened up another crowdfund on WeFunder, which is still the same opportunity for people to own a piece of the movie. And within 40 days, I think we raised like $230,000 or somewhere around there.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0.
The best sleep just got even better. Whether you have a My Pillow or not, you need to get the brand new My Pillow 2.0. Call or go to mypillow.com now. Use your promo code, and for a limited time when you buy one, you'll get a second one absolutely